Check it out, y'all. Okay. Hitler not the only fascist, only the most famous. Mussolini in Italy, Franco Spanish, rose in the 30s. Thanks to their people's pain and anguish. Depression era, inflation, raising prices and panic. Hitler makes Germans feel good by puffing them up. Like it's not you, it's the Jews that are messing us up. So-called work camps of Catholics, gypsies and Jews, and any woman or man who dare question his views. America on another tip, isolationists don't want to get involved in one of y'all big wars. We trying to recover from our own depression. FDR leading us, New Deal, new direction. German U-boat, submarines, and you know what I mean. Sink British ships, Americans get uneasy. While Europe is falling to Hitler, Americans are like, it's peaceful, hot Hawaiian sun rising in the morning. America's Navy stretching and yawning, low on the horizon. Hundreds of planes are rising. Someone sees something? That's probably nothing. But those are Japanese fighters and bombers dropping some bombs upon us, harm us with preemptive strikes, breaking the dam in the dike. It's a day people remember like 9/11, Pearl Harbor, 1941, December 7th. Would you drop it? Would you drop it? Would you drop it? Drop the bomb. Would you drop it? Would you drop it? Would you drop it? Drop the bomb. I said, would you drop it?
Okay, that is the hook to the song, clearly, okay? This is from Flocabulary, and this is a paid site, but you can do a free trial, and it is definitely worth the money. It's around like $10 a month. Definitely worth it. Something I paid out of pocket for when I was in the classroom. Okay, hello. I am Andrea Reynolds, and I don't like tripods and selfies. Selfie sticks, sorry. I do like selfies. I am a former classroom teacher turned full-time social studies whisperer, but I tried it, but it's not working. I ordered a new tripod, it's coming. I am passionate about making history hip. I believe in making connections between the past and the present. I believe in all students feeling included, so I always try to find resources that feature like role models of all different cultures. And I also believe in social studies being taught and teachers not making excuses, or, homeschooling families being able to find a way to teach social studies. And the best way to do that is by combining it with literacy. And that gives you more bang for your buck. And it also makes your instruction more meaningful and relevant. So, I always use primary sources when I was in the classroom. I just did a Facebook Live talking more about primary sources. Let me show you where you can find that real quick. My social studies whisperer page right there, you can find it, or if you are in my social studies salute Facebook group, then you can find it there, because I have software that will broadcast it both places. So this is a app that from the National Archives that you're going to want to check out. So that's that. And I've been doing a lot more Facebook Live broadcasts on my page, but I'm trying to not be completely repetitive with what I'm sharing on Periscope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start featuring like a primary source of the day, or essay of the day, okay? And kind of talk about like what I would do with it, because I just assume that other people know what primary sources are, or how to use them, or where to find them, and it's occurred to me that maybe that's not the case. So I want to show you exactly what I mean, and not just like talk about them, because if I show you them, you're more likely to want to use them. So this is saying 0 people watching, but I'm going to keep talking. Might be some kind of like quirk with Periscope. Usually the case. So I talked about National Archives website and how you can find the Presidential Libraries portion of it on Facebook Live yesterday, and I also talked about it more when I talked about Jimmy Carter, and my latest blog post is about him and resources for talking about Jimmy Carter. So you can find a link to the National Archives site there. Or I also, what I did in the title is I tagged them, so that's their Twitter handle. They share some really cool stuff on Twitter, on Facebook, all kinds of great ideas. So every type of museum you can think of has a Facebook page, and they have Instagram, they have everything. So I would definitely look for those pages and follow them because they share all kinds of stuff. Okay, so something I found on the National Archives on the just on the teacher section is this activity for Harry Truman, okay? So the song I was just playing, the vocabulary song, Would You Drop It? Of course, that is not referring to Pearl Harbor. That is referring to the end of the war. After the, Allies had defeated the troops in Europe, and Hitler had committed suicide, and the Europeans had surrendered, and we already had VE Day, right? But the war wasn't over, because the unique thing about World War II is that we were fighting in more than one front, or more than one theater. And so the Japanese were determined to stand their ground, and they weren't going to give up easily. So after FDR passed away, Harry Truman became president, and it was left up to him to decide, how are we going to end this war? How are we going to get our boys back home and move on? And he wanted to do this in the least deadly way, I guess you would say it. Like, he wanted to do this with the least amount of people injured. And so they didn't want to invade Japan. A lot of the fighting, of course, in the Pacific was with battleships or airplanes. It wasn't, on land combat. So they knew that they were risking a lot of Allied troops' lives if we invaded the land. And so the whole big dilemma was they had been working on, the atomic bomb, the Manhattan Project, and through all of that time and testing that, and they knew that if they dropped the bomb, that innocent people could die. So it was kind of like a huge trade-off, and that song, the hook in the song, opens itself up to the best opinion writing piece ever. Like, what would you do if you were Harry Truman? What would you do in this situation? Would you drop the bomb? You talk about like the pros versus the cons. Was it fair, or was it unfair because civilians ended up dying? And as probably many years later, people had effects, and people had cancer because of the radiation poisoning from the effects of the bomb. And if you tie in, you can tie in that Sadako and the paper cranes and that whole, you want to rip your heart out, you can have your kids read that book. So there's a whole big debate right there, and like I said, I brought that up with 5th graders, so you could definitely turn that into a writing assignment. Like I said, no excuses for not teaching social studies. This is very naturally falls into being a writing assignment. So on the National Archives, I just talked about Docs Teach on Facebook Live. We're not going there. I just happened to see this. Okay, and they're posting updates all the time. Okay, so all I did was I started on the archive site, and then I just clicked on the green, which is perfect, it's my favorite color, on teacher resources, and boom, it's right there. And then they also have, they post what's going on daily in history, and they also have their tweets right here, so that's really cool. I'm telling you, they are everywhere, and they have a plethora of resources. If you teach American history, you do not have to search very hard to find resources to use. Okay, so I clicked right here, and this is what I found. Okay, this is a post about Harry Truman and inquiry, and it talks about why you should use inquiry and how historians develop their craft. What do? They ask questions. And what do we want our students doing? We don't want them just memorizing details and forgetting it right after. We want them to ask questions and to want to find the answers to questions. Sometimes it gets annoying when kids start asking a lot of questions, but that's the good, and that's definitely how you hook your higher level kids, is getting them asking questions. And then you give them a project-based learning assignment or something, to research on their own. I get so irritated with that glare. Okay. Why does it do that to me? Sorry about that. I'm not going to get into my whole little I need an iPhone 7 whiny rant right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so The great thing about the National Archives and Docs Teach is they don't just like stick these documents on there for you. They give you discussion questions and they give you lesson plans to go with them. So it takes the guesswork out of it. Because even I'm passionate about American history, but I don't remember every single little detail. And so it gives you the background information to go with it. So what you can do is it talks about how you can do an inquiry and how you can just access some that are already created right here. There are 10 different lessons already created for you, and I already have it, I already clicked on the link and have it pulled up. DBQ is document-based question, and I'm definitely going to talk more about that. And look right here. I saw that, I was like, whoa. All of this stuff right there. All of this stuff. So like I said, things are out there for you for social studies and American history, I promise. And you can take a primary source document and look at it in 5 minutes. Okay, so I clicked on that, and this wasn't even from his presidential library. There's more about that. I clicked on a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, here it is right here. More about that. And it gives you more details. Okay, so the actual primary source right here is part of a speech. And this is where he fires MacArthur. And so you could have kids kind of ask them, you know, what they know about it, or you could see if they know why President Truman was even meeting with MacArthur. Okay, so the reason that this was important and like Truman was so I guess so notable as a president was because he was the one who of course decided to drop the bomb, and spoiler, in World War II, and had to drop 2 to get the Japanese to surrender. But then he was forced with, you know, the tensions between the Soviet Union and the Cold War. And so this brings up so many good inquiry questions and, you know, just discussion topics that you could have in the classroom. Like I said, so you could have them analyze part of a speech. So you don't even have to use a picture. You can give them the script for a speech. I let kids analyze song lyrics. They love doing that. And I always, when I use the vocabulary lessons, like this one, the Would You Drop It, I always gave them the lyrics too. Because those were kind of like a close reading passage for them to use in their interactive notebook. So vocabulary is not just the clips. They have a ton of good resources. So check that out. So if you use like this song as an intro, they would want to hear it like every day. We listen to it all the time. Got tired of the song. So use that in conjunction with using the National Archives and the inquiry activities. Like I said, I'm not going to read something to you that you could read. I just wanted to kind of show you where it was and give you a few suggestions. And I'm sorry, I clicked on so much stuff. I had like a million things open. Like I said, there are 10 different ones. I think I clicked on so much stuff I can't even find it. Inquiries in the classroom. It had a list of the different activities. I clicked on so many things I can't even find them. Today's Truman's history lessons. Here we go. There was one for all different types of eras, and of course using like the president's memoirs would be great. So all kinds of stuff if you're teaching World War II. And I mean, I think this is appropriate for elementary and up. So if you have a specific topic that you would like me to like find primary sources for, or hi Tania, thank you, you caught me twice. If you have a specific topic that you would like to find me to find primary sources for you for, or if you would like me to like show you how I would use one, then please let me know, because I just tend to me too. I tend to pick like World War II or Civil War because those are my like special areas of nerdiness and history, but I would be happy to showcase some other topics in history. But like I said, I'm going to be I decided, I was like, why change my topic? I'm just going to do more about primary sources and how to use them in the classroom, because I want to give people no excuses. So thank you for watching. And like I said, if you do have those suggestions, please jump in my Facebook group, Social Studies Salute, or you can message me on my Facebook page. Oh yes, Hispanic Heritage Month. Yes, I have some activities for that. I definitely do. I can do that. And it's really good to talk about Sonia Sotomayor, the Supreme Court Justice. There's some great stuff for her on Time for Kids. Let me write that down. Thank you. I will write that down. Thanks for watching. I'll do that tomorrow. And I will talk to you guys later. Let me put it back in here on President Truman. Yeah, I did several things with that last year for my kids because I had a lot of Hispanic kids. So there we go. All right, that's kind of that's not a cute screenshot, but it goes with the topic. Thanks for watching.